Well, I'm excited to be here with Rick Stockwell, who many of you know in the community, and he has founded Naturally New England 8 years ago, which is a fantastic art show in Sunapee Harbor that has been going on and growing and growing and growing every year. So I'm excited to have you here to talk with us and share more about this fantastic program, Rick. So what is it that made you start this show in the first place?
I never really spent much time in Sunapee Harbor, and I went there on a dinner cruise and thought this is really beautiful. It's a lot like the Maine coast, quaint little towns um, that more people should be aware of and visit. And it's kind of off the beaten path. And then I discovered the building called the Livery, which is an old restored livery building. Um, Beautiful building to do a show in. And I said, we've got to do a show here. So a cousin had talked about a show in New York where a fundraiser for land conservation in an old barn, and they did really well and had over 50 artists every year. And I thought that might work. So I went to Osmond Sargent and proposed to them to couple with the Center for the Arts, and they were very excited. And so we started, and it's just grown ever since then. It's a very popular show among artists. We have over 90 artists participating, and we show over 200 pieces of artwork. And every time something sells, we usually sell around 50 or more every year. It's a 9-day show. We replace it. We have artwork in reserve so that there's no blank walls, and most everybody who purchases something wants to take it with them. Um, so we do really well, and I see it as a great opportunity not just to promote artists' artwork and get it shown, but to attract people to Sunapee Harbor. And the whole show has grown since then to become kind of a Sunapee Harbor arts focus. And now that we have Arts in the Harbor with a tent show on the first Saturday, and we have opening receptions and ladies' nights and different kinds of things going on during the week. The livery itself has concerts every Friday night there. So there's a lot going on, and um, I think the more people that come and see the harbor, the more they're going to realize what a little gem it is. This
Yeah.
year, I had the idea after seeing Jim Westphalen, who's a wonderful photographer from Shelburne, Vermont, his beautiful photographs of vanishing uh, American architecture, old churches and buildings and deserted churches on the Montana prairie and Vermont barns. And he made a movie called Vanish, a documentary about his work. And so I've been trying to get him to come down here, and I finally he agreed to come down this year. So he's going to show his movie Sunday night, and we're going to have a show within a show called Vanish, and it's going to be his work and other artists and photographers who specialize in largely New England barns and meeting houses that won't be around in 5 or 10 years. They're disappearing too quickly.
Well, I want to go back to a few things before we go into too much detail on all the different pieces. But the show's name, where did that come from? And what does that have to do with the requirements?
I wanted to come up with a name that had something to do with land conservation and um, so naturally New England. Um, it's not just landscapes. We also have um, wildlife and New England um, images that depict the character of New England. And I thought that name kind of fit.
I see. I see. Because that's a big part of it, which I think is part of the charm of not only the show but the area we live in of the Lake Sunapee region is it's just beautiful. It's just a lovely area where it's clear to see why a lot of people move here or retire here because it's very, very beautiful. So the landscapes are really lovely. From a jurying perspective, what do you look for when it comes to the applications?
I look for depictions of New England character, and a lot of the people who come and purchase artwork are visitors to the area. We do sell a fair amount to local residents and people who live on the lake, but um, people who come to visit the area want some memory to bring home of New England.
And it's, from what I recall, a lovely mix of different fine arts. So you'll have paintings in a variety of mediums and photography as well. And I think I've seen some mixed media as well. There's no restriction per se on the type of media, is there?
Uh, no, not really. We don't do sculptures, 3D. It's all two-dimensional artwork.
Yeah, it's a really lovely offering. And so this is a great opportunity for artists anywhere in New Hampshire for the most part, right? And even sometimes into Vermont. Is that correct?
Right.
Right. So there's a really great opportunity here for artists in the area to come and apply for this show. As Rick's saying, there's been quite a few artists juried in the past. And it is a great opportunity to get in front of vacationers and locals alike, to have that visibility and really a celebration of the arts. I think that's part of your point, Rick, right? It's so exciting to me that yes, it's a show, and yes, it's a wonderful opportunity for artists to sell work and the community to enjoy it. But I think it's such a great week to celebrate the beauty of and the talent in our area in this quaint harbor setting. And of course, if anyone has been at the Livery in Sunapee Harbor, it's absolutely fantastic.
It's a great place to display artwork because of the quality, the character of it. It's one of the only remaining liveries that still has the old horse ramp that goes um, from the first floor down to the lower stable area. In places like New York City, they would have 6, 10 levels of horse ramps, and they're pretty steep. And it's pretty amazing what those horses did to get to the stables. But it has a lot of character, and the people behind the livery have done an amazing job of restoring it um, and putting it to good use.
Now, this has morphed over the years, and did it start with the show itself, and did it then begin to have some legs with the Arts in the Harbor? And I know now we have a lot of different programs that week. Was it simply Naturally New England when you first started?
Yeah, yeah. Arts in the Harbor used to be Arts in the Green in New London, and when they saw the opportunity with what was going on in Sunapee, they moved over to have the show in the harbor. And since then, other things have expanded, and we will also have a plein air event on the Sunday that we're there, and we just keep growing.
It's really amazing. This is an absolutely exciting week to be in Sunapee Harbor if you are in the area for a day visit, or if you live here simply to come on out. It's usually the second week of July, and this year is the same. So starting July 11th through the 20th. Check out the Center for the Arts website. Anyone who coming to visit. Now, I think it deserves a little more conversation. I love this next iteration of the Vanish show on Sunday. So typically there's a preview on Friday. There's a opening reception on Saturday, so everyone can come and celebrate with the artists. And this year on Sunday, you've worked with your colleague to show the Vanishing or Vanish movie. Do you want to share a little bit more about why you think that's so timely and important right now?
Part of the character of New England isn't just the natural landscapes. It's the architecture and the rural and farming architecture. For some reason, people are really drawn to old barns and meeting houses, um, and so many communities raise money to restore their old meeting house, even though it doesn't get much use anymore. So they are very important to the local people, and I think people who come from afar see that and see it as part of the character of New England. So photographers like Jim who have gone out all around the country looking for beautiful fading away buildings um, will preserve them in their images. They may fall down 5 years later, but he's preserved them in the most beautiful way. You know, everybody has a phone now, and they think everybody's a photographer, and they'll look at certain things and say, "Well, I could take a picture of that," but when you see on Jim's webpage him going out in the blizzard with his huge professional camera to take an image at the right time in the right conditions, and when you see the quality of his images, and so many of our artists who get up at 3 in the morning to get to the right place at the right time to get the right light for what they convey, you develop a deeper appreciation.
I think so. And one of the things that is really captivating to me is the quality and the artistry of this film. If we'll put we have the website up on our website, but I'll try to make that more prominent too as people visit. But if they take a peek, if you take a peek at this, and I think most people will notice is the color, the quality of the picture. This is an artful film, which excites me a lot. Is that it's not just like you're saying, you pick up your phone and anyone can take a video these days of things. It's incredibly well thought out. Every shot is beautiful. Each image is really thought through and carefully selected for the most stunning impact. And I think it's very, very clear as people will watch it is just, I think it'll just be a beautiful unfolding of art. And so it sounds like a really, really lovely evening. So I'm thrilled that you thought to bring this on this year because it ties into the story of Naturally New England. It ties into the heritage of the building we're actually going to be in, and all the artwork will be shown in. It ties in also to something I know that's so meaningful for you, and you are very well known for your photography of barns as well. So I think it's a really nice way to bring that all together and just capture some of that nostalgia and historic element that the show evokes, as well as the movie. It's a really nice pairing. So well done.
I think um, I remember one time somebody was looking at my photographs and they said, I he was looking at one in particular and he said, I drive by that every day on the way to work, and I get a fleeting glance of it. But you've captured it for me so I can take it home and look at it all the time because I've always appreciated that barn, but now I have it and I don't have the time or the expertise to photograph it properly. There's a zen to um, whether you're a painter painting plein air outside, spending a few hours um, getting into this state, this Zen state of creativity. And I think what Jim's movie does is to capture the Zen, what's behind going out and capturing an image like that and making it available to people. They can appreciate an image, but when they see the work that went into it, it's much more appreciation for what was behind the creation of that piece.
And this is all part of a culmination of what we're calling Arts Weekend in Sunapee Harbor. We just started that as a collaboration last year in partnership with Prospect Hill Antiques and Gallery, as well as at the time LSPA, Deck Doc, as well, local organizations and businesses downtown, and looped in some other folks in the area to really highlight and draw people to this relatively unknown little secret gem in Sunapee, New Hampshire. Now, it's interesting to me because, as someone who didn't grow up in this area, what people may know about this particular area is the mountain, Sunapee Mountain. It's where you go skiing. Or Sunapee Lake, that's where some people might go swimming or go out on a boat or something. I don't know that people think of Sunapee Harbor per se, And then every now and then I get, oh, is that the Craftsman show? Well, actually, yes, it is up on the mountain as well in the summer. So there isn't ever really a circling to the harbor itself. So I absolutely love that this event draws people to this little gem of a harbor in Sunapee, New Hampshire, which is tucked away on a little bit off of this route, that not everyone would realize there's a harbor and access to the Lake Sunapee right there. So it's really exciting to me to be able to draw people, like you said, to this area, to the beautiful livery, to really some amazing businesses. And this area has really had a lot of vitalization and revitalization by so many different organizations. Is that your sense as well, Rick, over the years that you've seen that kind of hum up and grow?
Yeah, a lot of people come to the show or for our arts weekend who have never been there before, and they may stay for lunch. They may go out on the dinner cruise on the beautiful boat that goes around the lake and feeds people, um, and they're amazed at what a little gem it is that they never realized existed.
Yeah, so this is a wonderful weekend and a great way for people to maybe explore somewhere they haven't before, to really see that there's a lot to do. There's always a farmer's market in the morning, there's the great restaurants and shops to visit. There's obviously our show to come and visit. There'll be the movie, and there's the Arts in the Harbor. Now, Arts in the Harbor is always the Saturday only from 10 to 4 at the very beginning of the Naturally New England show, and it's right out, rain or shine, and is a fine art and craft tent show. Is there anything you want to share about that?
Well, I think it's a great way to stroll around, see the harbor, spend a day that Saturday, see great art in the tents and at the livery show, go to the farmers market, go out for a dinner cruise. If you're looking for something different and to do and to see great art and have some great food, come on that first Saturday and do it all. Buy some art.
Exactly. It's wonderful. And we're thrilled that, Lake Sunapee is, I think, the only lake in New Hampshire with a lighthouse still.
I
But
think so.
you can find
Do
out
it.
if you take the dinner cruise
Yeah.
yourself and see it with your own eyes. It's a pretty fantastic cruise. Well, Rick, thank you for taking the time to be with us. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we wrap up?
Come visit, come see the show. We have a great variety of art, and come see Jim's movie. It's an exceptional experience.